Good morning, I'm Karen from macSoap. I'm going to be bringing you some videos to let you see how we go through the processes of our soap making in the workshop. So I thought I would start off this Sunday with the essential oil blends because I've been blending some new smells today, so I thought it was a good opportunity to talk to you about the essential oils. We have a range of essential oils here. There's a lot more than this, but this is just a few of them. But I thought we'd run through how we blend them. So the essential oils come with different notes, top note which is quite fleeting, your middle note and then your base note which is a good anchor. And your top notes, so quite often your top notes are citrus smells, like maybe your lemon or your orange. Now the top notes, especially citrus, do not hold well in soap, and I wouldn't use sweet orange in a soap. We have also got 10-fold and 5-fold oranges, which are much more concentrated. It's the same essential oil, but more concentrated, and they hold better in soap, and we'll blend them with another essential oil to help them stay as well. Now, interestingly, peppermint is a top note, and this holds extremely well in soap. So I would use this at very low percentages and blend it with other things, so you just get nice minty undertones coming through. Middle notes, we have the likes of Geranium Egypt here, which is a rose geranium, and Palmarosa. Now the geranium is quite an expensive essential oil, so you can maybe blend it with Palmarosa, use it on its own. It does stay well in the soap as well, and we use these are kind of middle ones. This is a much cheaper alternative, but you can blend them together so you get some nice rosy smells. Examples of your base note are woody smells, so you've got maybe your cedar wood, patchouli, love it or hate it. It actually blends beautifully in soap, and when it's used as a base note at very low levels, you often won't smell that it's patchouli, but it makes your soap smell super. So when I'm blending, I'll start with you've maybe got possibly 20% of top notes, maybe 60 to 70% of your middle notes, and then you'll possibly have 20, 10, 20, 30% of your base notes. Just it varies, but as long as obviously it adds up to 100%. That's sort of where I start as a base, but today I've been throwing things up and having a bit of fun, and I've been putting in a lot of the base notes at higher levels, so they're going to come through more, and just having a bit of fun with it. So today we've been making 3 different blends. I've had some with ylang-ylang, clove, geranium, lemon and orange in, and a nice one that I'm going to hope will be working for Christmas, which is cedar, cinnamon, clove, pine, orange, mint and lemon. I haven't got a lavender in any of these, but we do use the lavender a lot of the oils. It's not one that I particularly like on its own, but it does blend beautifully with other soaps. When you're making the soap, you have to be careful how much essential oil you put in, because the IFRA, that's the International Fragrance Regulating Authority, states that for soaps you can only put a maximum of 3% of essential oils overall into your soap, and that's a maximum. You don't have to put 3% in. A lot of my soaps I find that less is more, and will maybe just use 2% overall with the blends. So you also need to know not all essential oils can be used at a full 3%, and some essential oils cannot be used at all. So you've got to be very careful and know what amount you can put in. For example, lemongrass. Lemongrass holds beautifully in soap. You can only use it at 1.3%. So when I'm making up a blend, I'll start with it. I'll make up 10 grams of essential oil, and out of those 10 grams I'll have in the top, middle and base notes. So say I want 20% of the top notes, then maybe I'll have 1 gram of one top note, 1 gram of another, and then your middle is the same sort of thing, maybe 60 or 70. I'll work that with the middle notes, and then your base notes. And I use one of these little dessert dishes. I weigh everything out very carefully on my scales, and I also use a pipette to make sure I get exactly the right amount, because the soap making you have to be very, very precise. You can't just do it in drops. You have to actually weigh it out so as you get the correct amount. And all oils, you might think it looks different in volume, because all oils actually weigh differently for how much there is. Some can be heavier than others. So that's how we do it. I hope that you have enjoyed watching me, and I hope you've learnt something, and I've enjoyed talking to you. Thank you.